And welcome back. We're picking where we left off last time in the Long Dark. Since the last part I did double check where the last mapping location is for Pleasant Valley, so shouldn't be too much ado in this part. You can head straight out to that spot. Assuming the weather's going to continue to play along. And we may get there in time. Sufficient to actually map it. If not, there's a cave in theory nearby the location where we can anchor down to wait out the night. Character's a little tired, but we're warm, we're mostly fed, so we're pretty good to get moving. So, obviously we're going to go map the last bit of Pleasant Valley. Probably also going to map the transition zone from Pleasant Valley into Mystery Lake. At which point I have to decide whether I want to head back down to Coastal Highway or head up to Mountain Town. That'll probably be a part or two into the stream, so at which point I'll be having to reevaluate where we're going. But yeah, so if you remember the end of the last part and the end of the last stream, I said either it was roughly that way or it was this way. And you can probably guess by the fact that I'm walking this direction that it's this way. I did check between episodes which way the lower falls are. And the lower falls and the upper falls are not related, apparently. Or, well, they're on the same river system, but they're not related in that they're not... The waterfall goes down the upper falls and then down the lower falls. No, it's... I believe it's actually Cascading Falls leads into the lower falls. Whereas the upper falls is just the upper falls. So we can get there before it gets too dark to map, or too cold to map. Well, too dark to map, mostly. Then we'll map it. If not, there is in theory a cave in the forest over here. That will probably duck in for the warming bonus to pass the night. Because we got full health, we're not sleeping for condition recovery, we're sleeping just to sleep. Oh, interesting. Those are my footprints from earlier. But yeah, the place we're going... Had I pathed it a little bit better, we could probably slipped it in the pathing earlier. I assume I have some charcoal. We'll need more charcoal for mapping the ravine. Another in the... Oh, I forgot what the area is called. The transition zone. But yeah, this is the river that the falls are on. I'm assuming that if I'm at the bottom of the falls, I can map from there. And then I don't have to go to the top.
I'm gonna need to rest soon.
Yeah, if it's not appropriate light conditions to map when we get there, we are going to detour to give this guy a rest. He does need his rest after a long day. So there's the falls we're going to map. And probably once we do the falls, we'll go up the slope over there. Otherwise, we'll head over into the forest over there for the forest cave. If it's not mapping weather. May already be too far into dusk to map. I'm hoping not, because otherwise we're going to have to postpone a bunch of stuff. There we go, there's the Lure Falls showing up on the map. Assume that if I map from here, we'll be good. Light a fire, stick like 30 minutes in the fire, and then we should be enough to not lose our ignition while we're wrapping.
Feels like night is coming.
There we go, long falls. And yeah, this map could definitely be improved. It's a bit holy. But as far as Lake Targa is concerned, that is a complete... Oops, I had forest field, which is not what I wanted to do, but it will work for the moment. It is a complete Pleasant Valley. So we've got all 26 locations in Pleasant Valley. Winding River is where I'm going to go next. Which, to be fair, Winding River is pretty easy. It's just 2 spots. The hardest part of Winding River is that you need it to be mappable weather when you're at both ends. So Garrett's a little bit fatigued, but that should be fine. We can just walk into the cave. It's definitely going to be too dark by the time we're done with the moving to the cave, so what we'll do is we'll probably rest at the far end of the cave. And hope that it's decent weather come morning, so we can map that end, and then go to the other end of the ravine, map that end, go to the dam, all that stuff. And, hello! Shatter! Whoops, we're going ahead and got sprain. Going up the slope here. Yep, it's going reasonably well. We just started the stream. It's time to swap torches. This is not going to last much longer than that one, but see how far we can get with this torch. And at this point, the torch is mainly just to conserve lantern oil. I am in Pleasant Valley. I just went past the lower falls, climbing up, basically climbing up the slope near the signal tower. So there's the signal tower on the signal tower hill right over there. Probably cut it a little too close to the falls, which is why I got a sprain. With the hill being so steep. There are definitely ways you can get up here without any risk of sprain. I was taking the shortest route to get to where I'm going. In fact, we're about to cross. I think this is technically a dirt road here. Yeah, this divot here is a dirt road that goes up to the signal tower. There is like a what T-junction in the road, the main road that you can use to follow your way up to the signal hill. I know the road isn't too steep, so you shouldn't take any sprains going up the road. I'm just taking the shortest distance from Lower Falls to the cave system. Which is where I'm planning on having the character sleep for 10 hours. Get its fatigue back.
I need to find some place to escape this cold.
Let's hope I'm moving in the right direction. I think I got slightly turned around to that wolf encounter. Okay, I think I'm walking up a landmark here. Which isn't the landmark I wanted to be heading towards, but slightly being turned around by the wolf has made it so we're going to take a short break here to warm the character up.
I'll die if I don't warm up.
So this is, if I'm not mistaken, the hilltop cave. I was hoping just to go straight over the hill. Instead, we're going to duck in the hilltop cave here and warm up.
Come on. Come on.
Sleep for an hour. Hopefully, between warming up and the sleep, should be able to get the rest of the way to the next cave without taking too much damage.
I'm gonna have to leave something behind.
Yeah, I'll take that with me. Alright, don't like that it's a blizzard, but I don't really want to stay in that cave with this blizzard anyway. So if that was the cave I think it was, if I keep going this way, we should find the 100th blind. And the cave system I want to go into is just down the slope from the 100th blind.
Goddamn freezing.
Okay, so we're going downhill, so we're roughly going the right direction, and I missed shot on the vector. Or I'm going the wrong direction, because that was not the cave I thought it was. This is one reason you might not travel in the blizzard, is if you're not super good at traveling off of vague landmarks, you might get lost fairly easily. I'm not too worried about taking damage here because we're going to recover something like 40% damage during the big rest in the next cave. Okay, so missed my waypoint landmark, but I did find where I was going anyway, so this is where I wanted to be, so we should, after pulling along the wall here, find the cave entrance.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
We'll pass through this cave, and we'll probably take the long 10-hour rest on the far side of the cave. We'll basically hydrate and then go into the next area. Hydrate, sleep for 10 hours, go into the next area. Of course, it's technically be hydrate, sleep for 10 hours, hydrate, then go into the next area, but yeah, something like that. And it should hopefully be daytime when we get through the cave. We do that. And then hopefully the weather will be appropriate for mounting. Normally it'll be a little bit more vigilant for coal, but we've only been in this cave like the day before last. So I'm not expecting to be any coal in the cave yet, since the last time we went through looking for it. Oh, and I stand corrected. There's a piece of coal. Oh, there's a ghost musical. Went to pick it up and then it goes poof. So that's the cave exit. That's where we want to leave. So let's get our bed set up. And queue up a 10-hour sleep.
Too heavy.
Oh yeah, that may be enough food to pass through the area, or at least enough food so we can get to when we're gonna set the next fire. Did pick up the bedroll, right? Don't want to walk off without my bedroll. Yep. I think everyone that's played this game long enough has accidentally left a bedroll or a pot and pan or something behind.
Come on.
So there's to cave system. The zone we're in, which is the Winding River Valley, or the Winding River, only has 2 locations as far as the photographer is concerned. Obviously, trying to make this map look better, it's going to look better if you have more than just the 2 ends of the map. But as far as the photographer is concerned, it only has 2 ends. For that matter.
Wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Don't think we're that overweight. Those we can take a moment to check. Yeah, we're not that overweight. This is some parts of this area are a decent place to hunt rabbits. If you're looking for rabbit stuff. Though, maybe not as good as the ravine. There's no wolves in the ravine. You can occasionally run into wolves in the Winding River area. Mostly they stay up by the dam. It can also be a decent place if you have the hacksaw and don't yet have your bow to gather hides and, well, deer hides and deer guts for crafting purposes. There's a decent number of deer carcasses in here. That one I think is specifically human, that's not actually a deer, but there's usually 2, if not 3 deer carcasses in the Winding River area. If you get lucky, you might even be able to get a wolf to kill one of the deer for you. So you can get more than those. Yeah, decent number of charcoal. I'm gonna move in here, and other than the rabbit stuff, I don't think we need anything from here, so... Well, even the rabbit stuff we don't need, so we're just gonna head off. Main thing I probably needed was actually that charcoal, which we picked up. And this is decently good weather, so I want to get down to the other end and map the dam before the weather goes terrible. I forget if you need to be at the base of the dam to map it. Hopefully not. In fact, what does the faithful cartographer surveyed location say? Carter Hydro Dam. Yeah, so it's either the base of the dam or it's going to be one of the entrances. I'm going to hope that it's... Well, I'm going to go up to one of the entrances and we're going to map it from there. And if it isn't, then I know I have to come back down to the base of the dam. Oh, might be due to the wildlife refresh. Before the wildlife refresh, there's almost always wolves at the bottom of the dam. There don't appear to be any right now. Maybe I will map from the bottom of the dam just in case. Yeah, and those crows circling up there, those are circling over deer carcass. And then I think those ones that you might have been able to see from when I was looking that way, also over deer carcass. Okay, this is the dam, so if we need to be at the bottom of the dam here, should work. Yep, that looks like that worked. So as you can see, to get Faithful Cartographer, you just need the two ends of the map. The map technically sort of winds through, like so. To make the map look better, we'll at some point have to come back and map. Probably around the cave. The cave might be enough to get it to look decent. Honestly, I got pretty decent weather, so I'm half tempted to do that. Just go back and do that map right now. So I want to go up through the dam, which is what I'm eventually going to do. The easiest way if you're down here would be to go up that slope. If there's wolves down here, which before the welder fish frequently was. In fact, there's one of the wolves. You can go up the second slope, and there's a way to sort of billy go around to get over the first slope. To say, versus before the rest, when our character was sleepy, I feel so much faster now. Probably because I am faster, but such a difference 10 hours of fatigue makes.
Come on. That did it.
How good are we? Minus 10. Okay. I don't necessarily need to get warm here. So I'm not going to try. Take a little bit of damage doing this, but it should be fairly negligible.
Never felt so cold in my life.
Okay, so I was a little bit wrong. We're gonna need, to make it look good, we're gonna need another 2 maps. But I'm not gonna take the moment to map those right now, so. Those bits can stay unmapped. Will we come back later? If we come back later. So I'm going to take the path that involves a little bit of billy goating, just because I'm more used to it than taking the normal path, to be fair. I don't know which carcass is up there. We haven't been up that side in this run yet. Could be deer, could be wolf, could be human. And yeah, this is a little bit of billy goating you have to do. Go over a little bit of this rough terrain. If you don't want to go up the primary slope to get up here. That's easy enough to do. Normally, if you didn't do the billy goating, you have to come up this slope. And there's a way to billy goat up there from this side as well. And this is the Carter Dam. We've been here before in the run before, so this shouldn't be... Anyone that's actually watched all the parts, this shouldn't be new to anyone. This is the first time we've taken the time to map both, or map the area down here. Carter Dam's a interesting transition area because that's a exit-only door, so you can exit the dam via that door. But to get back in, you have to sort of travel across the dam like this to get to the entry-only location. So I can take a look and show you the carcass. I believe is the deer carcass, unless I harvested the deer one. Yeah, deer carcass. And the entry-only way into the dam.
I might have to drop some gear.
So once you entered it, you can't exit via it. Granted, if you're traveling to the dam, the... Interesting this isn't searched. If you're traveling via the dam, when you get to the other end... Well, as you're traveling towards the other end, you do pass the door that you take that's the exit-only door.
This'll come in handy.
Yeah, I thought I'd searched the whole dam. Apparently I hadn't taken the time to go through everything. Either that or one of the updates refreshed some of the loot. Yeah, I definitely looted some of the stuff in here. Just apparently didn't get everything. Might not surprise me, really, because searching the filing cabinets, when you go through most of them, and most of them have nothing in them. Or they have, like, paper in them, which this late in the run is nothing. I think sometimes you'll find one of the heavy hammers here. I don't know if that was on stock or delivered. It's been a while. Found a heavy hammer there. On earlier patches, this place used to be a lot brighter. Where you could probably pass through it without a torch. Now it's dark to the point where if you don't have some sort of light, it's unbearably dark to transit. Even arguably the bits that it should have decent light because of windows. So there's the exit-only door. It is like we came in here for a reason, so we're not going to go out the exit-only. I know on lower difficulties there's frequently corpse here, human corpse here. But on some of the lower difficulties he'll be like an archer, and there'll be some arrows and a bow here.
Too much stuff to carry.
Which I think was actually a reference to when there used to be a wolf in the dam. So, implying that he had been got by the wolf. And been trying to defend himself because the arrows will be sort of stuck in that door from where he tried to slam the door closed. But yeah, this portion of the dam definitely used to be brighter. I think it's a problem how they do the lighting. They can't necessarily make all the areas bright or dark or whatever. Because obviously there's windows there, so there's some natural lighting that should get in here. But the current state of the lighting, I think, is probably too dark. But before it was probably a bit too light. Before it was basically bright enough in here to transit via even in the middle of the night, which is probably too bright. Okay, we've made it through the dam. Let me check what the weather is. Maybe I'll go feed the character before we end the part. Should end the part. I try to keep these to 30-40 minutes.
Have to leave something behind.
We're at 43 minutes. I'm going to go over to the my bear meat kill. Feed the guy off the bear meat, and then we'll sleep in the cabins.
All I can think about is
nearby.
food.
Or, well, at least save the game in the cabins nearby. I might decide what I'm doing next before we actually sleep the character. Because if I'm going to go to Mountain Town, we'll walk down to the Trapper cabin and sleep in Trappers. Oh, I wonder if there's still some deer meat here. Killed the deer earlier. Oh, there is. Not much, but looks like it's probably enough to get the character fully filled. Okay, so I'm going to get over to the trailer cabins in the clear-cut area, and then that's where I'm going to go ahead and end the part. So, as we're doing that, I'll go ahead and begin the outro. So, I hope you guys have been enjoying. We just finished up mapping Pleasant Valley and Winding River. And now I'm going to begin the trip. I'm thinking of taking the trip, assuming I can do a decent inventory triage of going into Mountain Town. We haven't been in Mountain Town yet in this run, so it'll be a fairly interesting place from a loot standpoint. We'll basically go do the Mountain Town loop, see how much mapping we can get while we're doing the loop. And see if scurvy starts to sneak back up on us again. We definitely delayed it a bunch by the fish we ate all the way back in Ash Canyon, but I don't know how long that vitamin C is going to last. But yeah, we can see the cabin from here. I've probably been away long enough that the bears have respawned. So I'll have to be a little bit careful on the way over to Trappers. But I'm going to go ahead and take a part break here by stepping into these cabins, put in a save. And then in the next part, we'll walk over to Trappers, get all our fatigue back in preparation for the climb, because to get into Mountain Town proper, we got to do a climb. And I'll probably do an inventory triage. We'll leave like books and stuff like that behind to get underweight to be able to do the climb. But yeah, with that,
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Hope you've been enjoying it. With that, I'm going to go ahead and take a short break. So if you're watching on YouTube, there will be another part up tomorrow because I'm going to continue recording tonight. With that, I hope you all had a good time, and we'll have a good time and good luck until the next part. Regardless of whether you're watching on Twitch or YouTube, catch you all in the next part, and bye for now.